One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today.
Good morning. Ooh, my son parked real close to my car. I was like, hey, buddy, we got a pullover that I want him to park in. It's like my mirror almost nicked his mirror. All right. I got to run to the office and pick up some files, but I'm going to work from home today, as I normally do. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I work from home. I take client appointments from home virtually. And this was on my mind because I'm seeing, this has been going on since the dawn of time. This is not new, but I'm going to speak on it. And I'm primarily focused on the women. However, this could apply to the men too. But when I'm thinking about, this topic, I'm primarily speaking to the women. And there was a time where I was primarily speaking to myself, if I'm being honest, like my younger self. And it is this idea that someone's coming to save you, right? So a lot of women, they have this white knight, this prince on the horse. Someday my prince will come thinking, and they got it honest. Like, our culture is surrounded by this. Like the movies, I'm trying to come out, and these cars are coming at the weirdest, randomest time. Sorry. But we got it honest, right? So if it isn't the movies, it's the music, and it's definitely people, that boomer generation, that Gen X generation. It's several generations that this came from. Now, we're still making these types of movies, but less so, right? I think millennials, but now I see less and less movies that are making this white knight, and that's because of the wokeism, that's because of feminism. Like, as all those things started to rear their head, we started to get away from that narrative. So the younger generation isn't seeing that as much. But my Gen Xers, my millennial ladies, y'all grew up very much in like that rom-com, era, and that, some man is coming to save me, okay? And this is, in my opinion, what the whole soft life is about. It's this idea that some man, some provider man is coming along, and he's going to save you. He's going to pay all your bills. He's going to make it so that you don't have to work. Like, he's going to somehow save you from the hardships and the woes of your life. And here's the truth of the matter. And then look, this is another thing that I'm going to mention. Because if I'm being honest, I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting sick of it, y'all. So it's the idea of the Sierra and Russell, right? The Sierra and Russell effect. That Sierra went through this, god-awful relationship with Future, had a child by him, and he mistreated her. And here comes Russell to save the day. Good old Christian Russell. They abstain until they're married, and he loves her more than she loves him, and he makes all this money. And, it's like y'all are perpetuating this. So let me tell you the statistic. 0.01%. 0.01% of women will experience something like that. And that's why I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them putting their relationship all out there on Front Street. I'm over it. because they're perpetuating an 0.01% relationship. Like, yeah, and you can have this too. No, most of us will not. This gonna be some tough love. Y'all, when I get to flowing and the spirit jump inside of me, sometimes I just be like, I can't say that. I can't say that. Here's the truth. Some of y'all not gonna get married. Some of y'all not gonna get married at all. And yet you want Russell. You want Aaron Pierre. You want Michael B. Jordan. You want to provide a man. You want a 100% paying the bills man. You want to, lean back in your femininity. You want to live the soft life. Ooh, I know that stung. That stung, didn't it? But it's looking like the truth. And you know what? I'm hurt to even deliver it. Like, I don't want to deliver that. I don't want to tell you that, but it's looking like the truth. It's looking like the truth. And that's all I know how to do is tell y'all the truth. Now, I work with women because I want them to be the exception. And I believe that women working with me can be the exception. So that's what my platform's all about. That's what my school is all about. That's what, that's what I do. I believe I was the exception. Right? So I believe I have a formula. I've used it myself and was successful. So that's why, I give women that formula. And now that my marriage has ended, I have a full 360 bird's eye view as to why that was. But I know how to attract and keep a high value, high quality man. So I simply want to teach women, and I want to go a step further, because I would still be in my marriage. I would still be in my marriage. I would still be married to this day had I not ended my marriage. Okay, so I want you to understand that. I wasn't put out of my marriage. That's not a thing. That's not a thing over here. I was not put out of my marriage. Okay, I would still be married today if I would have accepted certain things about my then husband and his behaviors. I would still be married today. We would be empty nesters. He might not be messing around as much as he was because he's getting older, as we all are. We're all getting older. And we don't have the time, energy, and all the other stuff for that foolishness. That might have calmed down. But I would have had to put up with 25 years of foolishness. And I just wasn't prepared to do that. This is my one and only life. I was like, nah. I think I'll go it alone. I think I'll figure it out, right? And what happened was, I saved myself. I created something that, if we're being honest, it would have never come to pass had I been in that marriage. All the books I wrote would never have been written. This platform wouldn't exist. My YouTube channel wouldn't exist. My practice, my private counseling practice would not exist. I've worked with thousands of individuals and couples that would not exist if I had stayed in my marriage. So I got the memo, and it was save yourself. that was the memo. Save yourself. Stop waiting for someone to come along and save you. Stop waiting for a man to come along and save you and make all your dreams come true. How about this, Anita? You make your dreams come true. You find a way to be better than you were before. You make the dreams you have come true, right? And what I have done since then is I have been open and receptive to someone joining me or me joining him on that path. Like, that's where I'm at now. I am open to him joining me joining him, whatever that looks like, and going on that path together. But I am not waiting for the white knight. I'm not waiting for the prince. Okay? I'm not Rapunzel sitting in a tower waiting for someone to tell me to let my hair down. Because guess what? I cut all my hair off. But that is what a lot of women are doing. A lot of single women, a lot of divorced women, single mothers. You all are jumping from man to man to man to man because you want someone to save you. You want someone to take your bills away and take your boredom away and take your pains away. And I'm sorry, that is not a good, feasible, long-term plan. You've got to figure out how to do that for yourself. And then once you do, you then say, wow, I'd love to continue doing this with someone. You know, I'd love to continue on this path with someone, right? That is the healthiest way to go about it. All right, I had a question. Real Dope Daddy says, do you believe women should endure cheating for the children? I do not. I do not. And the reason being is because cheating is a form of emotional abuse. If you all have not heard me say this before, I'm going to say it now. If you are being chronically abused in your marriage and you have addressed it multiple times, you have my permission to leave that marriage. Because God did not put anyone here on earth to be abused. Cheating is a form of emotional abuse. It is meant to dysregulate the betrayed person. It is meant to make them insecure. It is meant to hurt them. It is meant to make them fearful. It is meant to keep them in line. It is meant to have them always second guessing themselves. It is meant to lower their self-esteem. Now, if y'all know anything about me, if you've been here for 5 seconds, you must know by now that is not my destiny. That is not why God put me here. You ought to know that. Maybe some other woman, but it definitely ain't Anita. When I tell y'all my God gave me a purpose and a plan and a vision and something, just a little sprinkle of something. It's a little something that he was like, bam, there you go. You take that out into the world, Anita. And y'all really think that that's my destiny? No, that ain't my destiny. That ain't my destiny. So no. And let me tell you something. The cheating got dangerous. It got dangerous. It got to the place where we bringing things home. We bringing things back. So how I'm supposed to endure that when I might not be alive? Like, I might catch something I can't get rid of. I might catch something that could take me out. No, I don't. And I take full responsibility for choosing that person. That was the biggest part of my healing. Like, what's going on with you, Anita? Like, this is what what? Like, this is what you're dealing with? This is what you're enduring? This is what you're choosing? Like, come on. We have to take responsibility and accountability. That's how we're going to get better. Okay? That's a big part of it. Okay? But can't do it. Can't do it. He said, I personally do not think they should unless they are okay with it. Yeah, I don't know anybody who, there's people who I guess would be. That ain't me though. Y'all know that already. Agreed. Many people will tell women to stay through that, and I think it's wrong. Well, here's what they're not saying. They're not seeing the woman change before their very eyes. Her children are. Her children are seeing that woman change into a whole other person right before their eyes. So a whole nother woman is raising these children. A whole nother woman is showing up at church, showing up at the coffee clat, showing up at the PTA. A whole nother woman, a whole nother person. A beat down, broken, low self-esteem. I mean, just a whole nother person. And y'all know that ain't me. Like, I can't do it. Like I said, maybe God made that for somebody, but he ain't make it for me. I'm not built like that. So that's what you're not considering. They're not considering. And then you're not considering that the marriage isn't real. Like the marriage is toxic. The relationship is toxic and it's not real. It's not genuine. It's not loving. It's not safe. Woo! Woo! Can we say that? The marriage isn't safe. You are raising children in an environment that isn't safe. Like, what are we doing? And I want to be very specific about this. If there is the R's, if the R's are there, I've said this too many times, and maybe I need to make another cheating video. Repentant, remorseful, okay? Responsible, repair, right? If all the R's are there, if that person exhibits the R's, we can work with it. The first time it happened, I was like, hey, are the R's here? Can I work with it? What do we got to do? Okay, if the R's are here, I can work with it. But when there are no R's present, we can't work with it. You want to turn me into a whole nother person. And I can't allow that. I cannot allow that. I am here to be what God made me to be, period. I cannot be some condensed, distilled, broken down version of me. I cannot do that. I will not do that. Because again, like I told y'all, what's some land for sale out here? Let me get this number. As I told y'all before, God just made me different. Okay. He just made me different. All right. God made me different. And that. And most of y'all know that, I'm just different. Okay. God made me different. So if the R's are present, do I think of course you should work through it. You should work it out. But when you are dealing with a person that there are no R's present, when you are dealing with an NPD personality type, a sociopath, a psychopath, there ain't no working it out. That person exists to trigger you. That person exists to abuse you. They just know working it out. They'll say at least see it through until the kids get through school. Kids can handle a little adversity. They'll service if mommy leaves, they're cheating daddy. Life doesn't have to be perfect. There might be a word that's very deep. The woman you chose originally will not be the woman raising your children. Yeah. No, I would have been a whole different person. And like I said, everything that I built, it wouldn't even be here now. We wouldn't even be having this conversation. Because I wouldn't be the same person. I would be a Stepford wife. I would be a Stepford wife. I would still have hair down my back that was straightened, every day. Every day I was taking a flat iron to my hair and straightening my hair because he hated my natural hair. Every day, I would be dressed a certain way, look a certain way. Yeah, I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be me. And it's weird because when I actually started to become more of my authentic self, that's when the problem started. And I admit that. Like I said, there are a lot of things I did in that marriage that I'm like, that's you. That's all you, Anita. That's all you. Okay? That ain't him. That's you. I didn't show up as my authentic self from day one. I was in a people-pleasing era. I was in an era where it was like, let me be what you need me to be. Let me be what you want me to be, right? And I was in that people-pleasing era. I was, like I said, I was a very good chameleon. Very good chameleon. And when I woke up and I started to become my authentic self. And the cheating happened before that. The cheating happened before I woke up because I was a good Stepford wife. And then that cheating happened, and I think that kind of woke me up. Like, you know what? Let me just be me and see what happens. Like, let me just be Anita and see what happens. And that's when I was like, oh, we are not a good fit for each other. Like, this thing ain't really real. This person is not a good fit for Anita. This person likes pretense and phoniness and fakeness, and that's not me at all. I was like, yeah, just not a good fit. I'm at work right now. Will you upload this, love, onto your YouTube, or is there a way to watch this up here? I am going to put it on my Instagram, but apparently people are saying Instagram is glitching, that the video will only play for a few seconds and then it stops, but it will be on my YouTube tomorrow. Okay? But yeah, no one's coming to save y'all, ladies. I know this is a hard conversation. It's a real hard conversation. You have got to develop a life of your own. You've got to make it fabulous. The one thing I will say about my life is it's pretty fabulous. Like, my life is really fabulous. And even the quiet, peaceful times when nothing's going on, right? I want you to understand something about fabulous when I say that word. It's not that I'm flying out to the Oscars party. It's not that I'm, flying down to Jamaica. It's not that I'm, going on a bunch of dates. No. My life is peaceful. My life is calm. It is assured. It is peaceful. It is without drama. I just got rid of my debt. Like, I don't have a lot of problems. And it's a beautiful thing, right? I get to be my authentic self. I get to bring that calm and that peaceful energy. I get to bring that secure energy to my friends and my family and the world. And even when trouble comes, even when stuff irritates me or things happen, I'm like, okay, okay. Like, the way I handle it is so different. It's like, okay. It don't throw me off. It don't make me feel like the world is against me. It don't make me feel any kind of way. Like, this is what it is. These things are going to happen. Sometimes all hell breaks loose before something really good comes. Right? There's days where I win money. I won money yesterday and I was like, woo, And then there's days where, I work, I see clients, I clean my house. I got to vacuum the stairs now. I got cat hair on the stairs that need to be vacuumed, and it's all good. All of it is good. All of it is good. The most boringest days are good. The sun is not out right now, but it's a clear day. There was a chance of a storm. It's really windy. So I don't know what's going to happen, y'all. It's really windy, but it's still good. When I wake up and it's raining, it's still good. Like, I don't know if the dog pooped in the laundry room. I need to ask my son that. But it's still good. All of that is good. That's when y'all get there. Golly, when you get there, man, you're going to be like, dang, Anita was right. Like, it's all good. But that's where I want to see most people get to. And I want you to be busy on a purpose, busy on a vision, busy on a plan that brings you joy, that lights you up. Y'all, last night, I went to bed super late, almost 2 a.m. And I was mad. I was mad that I went to bed so late because y'all know I got to be in bed by 10 because I got to be up by 6:30. I went to bed at 2 a.m. I ain't get up till 8:45. But I was so excited about school, about the curriculum, like all this stuff. Like, I was just super excited. I'm super excited about the Costa Rica trip that we have. That's part of our school. I'm going to send out a newsletter about that. I'm going to put the link in my bio about that. Like, so many things right now that I'm excited about. I'm excited about the Martha's Vineyard Film Festival. I'm excited about ABFF. I'm excited about revisiting my acting. I'm excited about so many things. So many things excite me. The thought of you know, auditioning again is like, oh my, I'm so excited. Like, I'm so excited. The thought of auditioning excites the heck out of me. And it's like, I wish people had that. I wish you had something in your life that you're super excited about, that just gives you tingles, that gives you joy. And it's not enough people in the world that feel that way. I'm super excited about, I'm gonna announce this at another time, but another book that I'm writing. But I'm excited. Like I'm up late because I can't sleep. I can't sleep. The ideas come. I have to write them down. I have to get them down. Before I go to bed at night, I have to write my agenda for the next day. And I am just like over the moon that I get to do this. And if I help one person, if one person gets it, if one person finds their person and they connect and they fall in love and they get married, like I'm over the moon. Like I said, in the last 12 months, I have had 12 women get married under my tutelage. 12 women. And 2 or 3 of them I'm most proud of because I've been working with them for years. I've been working with these women for years. And they just would not give up. They would not give up. They were like, I'm gonna persist. And look, they brought me man after man. What about him? What about him? Let's do some sessions. And they would find out, it's not him. And then they finally brought me their husband. And I was like, ooh, it's him, girl. And they got married. And I just am like, that's why I'm here. That's what I do. That's why I exist. I want to be a part of people getting back to love. I want to be a part of people finding their person. I want to be a small part of that. I want to be a part of, making people think. Sometimes I want to be a part of riling y'all up. I want to be a part of giving people the truth, the hard truth that y'all don't want to hear. I want to be a part of all of that. I want my name attached to all of that. Yeah, this lady on the internet, she be tripping. She said this, she said that. Yeah, I want to be a part of that. But like I said, I have to give y'all the truth. I'm looking at the numbers, which I'm always doing. I'm always reading data. I'm always looking at science. I'm always looking at reports and clinical stuff. And I'm just like, man, it's not looking good. It's 2025, y'all. 2030, 5 short years away. 2040, 15 short years away. And all of these videos, they're going to come back. They're going to come back to haunt you. Because you're going to be like, yeah, she said. You got to change. You've got to adapt if you're going to survive. And if you're going to thrive, let's move past survival. If you are going to actually thrive, if you're going to actually get what you say you want, you have to adapt. You have to adapt. And a lot of you all are not adapting. You are so resistant to change. The number one word I hear in my practice all the time is stuck. I feel stuck. I feel stuck. No, you're not. You are resisting change. That's all that's happening. You know the things you need to do. You're just not doing them. You are resisting doing the things that will actually create the most change in your life. That's all that's happening. But this whole, I feel stuck. Oh, no. You're resistant to changing. That's all that's happening. The reason why I take the risks that I do is I don't ever want to be that person again. When I was 40, right, I felt stuck. I felt like this is not my life. Like, this is not my life. This is not the life I want. I don't know what I need to do to get out of this, but this ain't it. And from that day forward, I made up my mind. I will do anything that is moral, legal, and ethical, okay, to have the life that I want. Anything. Anything moral, legal, and ethical, okay? Let me clear that up. I will do anything. And from that day forward, that's exactly what I've been doing. I've been taking risks. I've been putting myself out there. I've been, changing up stuff. I mean, man. And some of y'all need to do that too. You got to do that too, or things are not going to change. You're going to go down in history as a statistic, an unmarried, no kid having statistic. And again, if you're okay with that, then this message isn't for you. This is not your message. But for those of you that are not okay with that, and let's be honest, most of y'all are not. Y'all love acting like, oh, I'm totally fine. No, you're not. No, you're not. Can we be honest? No, you're not. I can say I'm okay with it because I've already had a lot of relationship experience. I've had a lot of relationship experience with men. I've been married. I've had 3 children. If God didn't bring me another husband, Anita is perfectly fine because I have my memories. I have all of the lessons and all of the wisdom that I've gained from those relationships. I'm good. I am truly one of those older ladies that's yeah, it's all right. It's going to be fine. I'm going to be just fine, and there's that. But I also have purpose. I also have a reason for being here. I help people. So that plays a huge part. Now, maybe if I was, working a dull 9 to 5 and coming home and watching Netflix and eating ice cream and petting my cat and, maybe then I would feel kind of miserable. But I don't, because I got plenty of things that I need to do. I am on assignment. God has long told me that. Oh, you are on assignment. I got something for you to do. You don't got nothing to do. Oh, I got something for you to do. He's long told me that. So that's the harsh truth. No one is coming to save you, ladies. You have got to create a life that you love. And that's going to look different for every single one of you. And this whole kick about, traveling and all that, I don't have a problem with women loving to travel. But here's the reality that a lot of women don't want to face. A lot of you all either say you love to travel and you don't. Okay. So I see that a lot. You love to put that in your bio. You love to put that on your dating profile, but you don't go nowhere. Can we be honest? You don't go nowhere. Then you got the second group of women that love to travel because they're running away from the life they have. They hate their life. And so when they go on these trips for 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, they get to take a break from their awful life. That ain't me at all. That's why all my trips are planned. It's not about getting away from my terrible life. I love my life. All my trips are planned usually in January. I sit down in January. I look at where I want to go, what I want to do, who I want to do it with, and I sit down and plan all my trips. I pretty much blow through my entire travel budget, but none of this is to escape my real life. I love my life. But there's a second group of women that's what y'all are doing. You want to escape your life. That's why you want to travel, because you don't like the life that you're living. Okay? And then we might have ladies out there who genuinely, like me, okay, I love seeing the world. I love going to different places. I love seeing what else is out there. I especially love other cultures. Oh my gosh. I especially love to be amongst different cultures, to see how they do things. Oh my, that's the best part, is seeing how different people are all around the world, even all around the country. That's the best part of the travel. So yeah, but no one's coming to save you. And right now, statistically, it ain't looking good. Stop looking at Sierra and Russell's feed. Stop thinking you're going to be the 0.01%. That's what Sierra and Russell are, 0.01%, right? Stop rooting for other women that, she just needs a good guy. She's a single mom. She just needs a good guy. I hope she finds. Okay, again, no one's coming to save you. I want you to do your best to, have the life God gave you. What does that look like? What do you think you're here to do? And do it. And hopefully, as you radiate joy and peace and love out in the world, that will send out a signal to a great guy, and he will find you, right? He will find you. He'll cross paths with you. But a lot of y'all are sitting around. You're not doing anything. You're not developing yourself. You have no hobbies. You have no interests. You hate your job. You hate your kids. You hate where you live. You hate your life. And you think some rich, wealthy man is going to come along and is going to save you. And that's just not going to happen. I hate to break it to you, but that's not going to happen. Okay? Red John Sanford says they sure don't travel. They lie, especially if they are on OnlyFans. They ask guys for money to travel and go to exclusive restaurants and go to high-end department stores and at many men's expense. Yeah, probably. So that's the cold hard truth. Develop yourself. I will never stop saying that. A lot of you all need to develop yourself. You're not a fully formed, developed adult person. Become emotionally mature. Grow up. Grow up. Take on the responsibility that you've created. If you have children, raise your children really well. Like, I literally made that my mission in life, is to be the most fabulous, amazing mother that I could. I also did that with my cooking. Like, a lot of people, I get that compliment a lot. Like, oh my God, you should have opened a restaurant and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because that was one of my missions in life, is to become a really fabulous cook, right? To put love in my food, to put seasoning in my food. And I've had some failures in certain areas, like baking bread. I'm still working on baking bread, but I'm a master at certain things. I've mastered mothering. I've mastered cooking. I have not mastered gardening, even though I love to garden. I love to garden. I'm getting ready to turn over the soil now, but I'm getting there. I'm getting close. I'm getting close to being a master gardener. And, there are other areas that I have mastered. I have mastered public speaking. I have mastered the art of the deal. I am getting close to mastering, entrepreneurship. This is year 6. So, yeah. But see, I am intentional about that. I'm making sure that I'm actively looking to master those things. And there's a whole lot of women out here that are not doing that with anything. They're not mastering their fitness. They're not mastering their looks. They're not mastering their work, being a mother, cooking, cleaning. I've mastered those things. I've mastered keeping a clean home. I've mastered keeping an orderly home. I'm obsessed with like all things organization because of my ADHD, but I've mastered those things. I have systems in place. I have ways of doing things, and I'm like, bam, 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 end of day, go to sleep. Get up, bam, 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 end of day, go to sleep. Like, I've mastered those things. I've also been alive 57 years, but this is what I want to see men and women do better. Master something. Like, seriously. Master something. Someone should brag on you about something. And if no one is bragging on you about nothing, so if you're a guy, maybe it's fixing things, maybe it's fixing cars, maybe it's, landscaping or other things that guys do, but not playing video games, not that, not watching sports. No, I don't consider that a mastery, like something that you do. Okay. But master something, right? Master video editing or creating content or whatever, like master something. We don't have enough masters of something. And stop consuming. Oh, let me end with this. We got a whole lot of consumers out here and not enough creators. That's the biggest problem right now in the world, is most of y'all are just consuming. You're not really creating. So I'm just saying, but master something. The one thing I always tell people is I didn't get this age. I didn't clock all these years to just be wasted. Like, nothing irritates me more than seeing a person my age that hasn't mastered a single thing. That really irritates me. And I'll ask them, like, what's something you're really good at? What's something you would say you've mastered? And you would be shocked to know people 50 and up, I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, I know how to do this. Would you say you master it though? Oh, sort of. Like, what? You've been alive 50 years and you have not mastered something? Even if you say, I'm a masterful driver, I'm a masterful, grill guy, right? Or nothing? I'm a master at landscaping, or I don't know, training pit bulls. I don't know, but dang, that's really sad. Come on, master something. Have something that you're a master of. feels like you were speaking directly to me, yeah, you got to master something. So that's all. But if you over 50 and you can't name 3 things that you have mastered in 50 years, that's pathetic. That you pitiful. You pitiful. I've mastered a lot of things. I started public speaking when I was 11 or 12, darn near passed out, and then kept doing it through high school. I joined a debate club, kept doing it in college. Then I joined Toastmasters after that. I was just like, yeah, I'm going to master this thing. I'm going to figure out how to get up and speak in front of people. And then I had this challenge to speak extemporaneously, where basically they just give you a topic and you just speak on it. You have no notes. You have no nothing. You're just speaking from your own experience or your own wisdom or the clinical or data driven information that you know. And man, when I tell you, I did that a couple times, I was like, yeah, yeah, I'm going to master this. Like, I'm going to get really good at this. So find something. Right now, I'm trying to master this new video camera I got. And that might take about a year. And then I've got this, it's not new video editing software. It's the same one I've been using, but they have updated it like 12 times in the last 3 months. So I really need to master that. Okay, he said consuming time by doing this and being a consumer by spending money is a bad habit. That's most of us, is all we do is consume. We buy things, we look at things, we sit down and are entertained. But remember this, I'll never forget this, y'all. When I was 40 and I went through that stuck period and I had like a midlife crisis, I guess you could say a third life crisis. That's my third life crisis. My mentor at the time said, Anita, there's 2 things I want you to cut out. He said, 2 things gotta go. I said, what is that? He said, number 1, you sleep too much, right? Like I love sleep. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I love sleep, right? And me and sleep have a great relationship. I love a nap. I love a nap. Okay. I really love a nap. I still take a nap to this day because as I've gotten older, I have to take a nap around 3 to recharge for about an hour. And then I can go again till 10 at night. But I love a good nap and I love a good sleep. But at that time I was sleeping like 11 or 12. I was sleeping a lot. I was sleeping like 11 hours a day. I probably didn't realize it, but I was a little depressed. But I was sleeping a lot. He's like, yeah, you got to cut out that sleep. You're sleeping too much. That's got to go. You got to cut it down to 8 hours at night. And you got to be very intentional and purposeful about shutting it down. And when I tell y'all right now, like, let me tell you how good my sleep hygiene is. I have 3 layers of blackout curtains on my windows. When I tell y'all my room is pitch dark, you can't see your hand in front of your face. There is no light. There is no blue light at all. Like, it's pitch dark. It's cool. That's another thing I was told. 60, 65 degrees. I got my ceiling fan going, right? I got 2 layers of comforter, and it's just perfect. I do my little wind down routine, and I'm like a bear in hibernation for 8 hours. But he was like, yeah, you sleep too much, so cut out all the sleeping. I was like, yeah, you're right. Guess what the second thing he told me, though? He said, the second thing I need you to give up. I was like, oh, what is it now? He said, you need to stop watching television. And back then, I loved television. You know, I loved everything about movies and television. And, you know, I was a part of that world for a short period of time. For a short period of time, I was a part of that acting world. So, you know, I'm looking at it from the lens of a creative. I'm looking at it from the lens of an actor. And I just love it. I just love everything about it. I love the storytelling. I wrote scripts. Like, I love that world, right? So I'm watching all this television, and that's my life. And he's like, you got to stop watching television. And I said, what? He said, yeah, you got to stop watching television. I said, why is that? He said, because when you sit down and you watch television, you're watching other people live their dreams. And you're not creating your own. Man, when I tell y'all, that hit me like a ton of bricks. And I kid you not, I stopped watching television cold turkey. Cold turkey. I stopped watching the news. I stopped watching all my shows. I slowed down on going to the movies, watching movies. Like, when I tell y'all I'm a movie buff, right? I am a movie aficionado. All that stop. All that stop because he said, focus on your dream. Focus on your life. Focus on doing what you want to do and stop watching other people do what they want to do. Man, that woke me up. And then those two pieces of advice changed my life. And that was 17 years ago. And now look at where we are. So you have to adapt. You have to be willing to change. And too many people are not. You're not stuck. You're just resistant to change. You're resistant to doing the thing that will create the life of your dreams. And once you get to that place where you don't have no other choice, I know I was there. I was like, I can't do this. This is not my life. I cannot live the rest of my life like this. That's when I woke up. As they say, you want success like you want to breathe, right? Like your head is underwater and you've been there for a minute and you want some air. Like that's where people have to get to. You have to get to that point when you're finding your person. You have to persist. You have to persist. Too many people are giving up. Isn't that what we see online? I'm just giving up. I'm just not dealing with women no more. I'm just not dating men no more. Men are crazy. Okay. And you are assured that you won't have a good one. You are assured that you won't get married. You are assured that you won't have a child unless you go to the sperm bank. Like, that's all you're doing. All you're doing is assuring your defeat. And I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't live like that. So hold on. It says, I know about Toastmasters. I'm a shy person when it comes to facing an audience. I've been knowing about that organization for years. They're all over the country. Yep, that's how I learned public speaking. That's how I got over it. So it's not running from the thing, it's doing the thing. And some of y'all need to hear that about dating and men and women. You can't run from it. Y'all want to run away from 1 or 2 or 3 or 8 bad experiences. You got to keep going. You have to persist. You got to keep going. Point blank period. Okay? You have to keep going. That will ensure that you will win. But if you give up, you will lose. Like I said, and most people out here are going to lose. That's the harsh truth. When women give up on dating and men and dealing with men, and I'd rather have the bear other than the man, yeah, my statistic is going to come true. Most of y'all are not going to get married. Most of y'all are not going to have any kids unless you do it by route of the sperm bank. Okay? So something has to change. Something has to change. And the thing that has to change is probably you. But you can't keep doing the same thing over and over or just give up. Yeah, you will not win. That is a surefire way not to win. But no one's coming to save you. Somebody needed to hear that message. Focus on yourself. Focus on creating a life that you absolutely adore. That's where I'm at now. I really love my life. I'm going to plan a brunch for the end of the month. It's going to be a candle making brunch for my lady friends. And like I said, I just got work. I got a lot of work stuff, a lot of work stuff going on, a lot of stuff with school, a lot of stuff with my practice. My practice is continuing to grow by leaps and bounds. I'm looking to get licensed in other states, so I'm working on that. I got a lot. Trust me, from the time my eyes open to the time my eyes close, I have something to do. And all of it is to benefit me, my family, other people, the world. Like, everything that I'm pretty much doing is purposeful. It's purposeful. It's intentional. So that is what's going to give you the fulfilling life. Not things that have no purpose, not things that have no meaning, not things that are empty. So you sitting down and binging Netflix for 10 hours. Yeah, you're going to feel like crap. You're going to feel like crap if you do that on the weekends and sitting there eating bad food. You're not moving around. You're not going outside. Yeah, you're going to feel horrible. But you have got to live a life of purpose. That's what's going to do it. That's the secret. I've told people my secret over and over and over. And guess what they do? You right. You right, Miss Anita. And then they end that call and they go back to doing exactly what they've been doing. Dealing with the same knucklehead ex. Letting him come over late at night, watching the same shows, looking at the same reality TV crap. All of that is garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. Not working out, not developing your mind, not developing your personality, or you just giving up on men altogether and you don't go nowhere and you don't do nothing and you don't take care of yourself, yeah, you're going to get the same results you've been getting. So, okay. All I can do is give it. As they say, that I can lead the horse to water. I can't make it drink. That's it. That's it. But ladies, this is a harsh message, but it's a true message. And I had to give it because, like I said, I've been looking at the data and it's just not good, man. Oh my God. Why is it like this? It's just not good. We have to make a change. And maybe all this is leading to Jesus coming back. That's some of what I tell myself. Okay, well, Jesus is coming back. So, Anita, don't stress yourself out too much. Like, Jesus is coming back. He gonna right all these wrongs. We gonna get all this straight. So don't stress yourself out too much. Maybe that's what all of this means. But y'all, we gotta do something different. We have got to do something different. Okay, please check out Skool. We are going to Costa Rica in December 1st through the 5th. It is open to any and everyone that wants to go. I'm going to put the link in my bio so you can go to Tour Hero. Tour Hero is actually sponsoring the trip. So Tour Hero is going to be, they are the ones who have helped me plan it, and it's on their site. It's fabulous. It is affordable. You can make payments. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to be putting out a reel today because Tour Hero is going to start advertising the trip. So I've got to create a reel about the Costa Rica trip, but that's coming up in December. And we are meeting every week in Skool. I'm going to schedule happy hour where we're going to do some mock dates. So we're meeting every week in Skool once a month. We have a happy hour, like speed dating type thing where we practice our dating skills. So we're going to be doing that probably in the next week or two. I really need to get more men into the Skool platform. So I'm just brainstorming and talking to men. I've had men fill out my survey. That was really helpful. And I've been dissecting that information. But y'all, there are men out here. One thing that survey taught me is there's some interesting men out here. Men who have nice careers, men who look at some really great YouTube channels. Like, there's some men out here that y'all are sleeping on. So, I'm just saying. All right. I hope you all have a great rest of the day. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support of the platform. He said all the people in that white building in D.C. is in trouble. They don't believe in God. It's about to land on the front line sooner than they know. It is. It is. But again, don't focus on that. Keep your eyes on the Lord. I always tell people, keep your eyes on the Lord. Stop looking at the orange man. Okay? Keep your eyes on God. Develop your purpose and your plan and keep your eyes on that to the best of your ability. Okay? It's going to get wild. I already told y'all. It's going to get wild. Okay? You got people that voted for Trump that's lost their job. And they're like, what? like, it's wild. And y'all think, I don't know what y'all think, but it's going to get wilder. It's going to get wilder. It's going to get wild. So I'm just over here minding my black female business, drinking water and coffee. I'm still, I told y'all I've been trying to give up coffee for the longest. I don't know if it's going to happen, but he said, I don't watch Trump. I don't watch the news. Good. Don't. Because all you're going to do is catastrophize. Don't do that. But I'm just letting y'all know it's going to get wilder. It's going to come knocking at your door. So if you're like me and you don't normally watch the news or you don't normally keep up, like my mom is the one who tells me about all the nonsense, but it's going to come knocking at your door. It's going to find you. So even if you ain't looking for it, it's going to come to you. That's how bad this year is going to get. Okay, this administration is going to go left. And, I've already predicted that Trump and Elon are going to fall out, right? There's going to be a fallout. And I don't know what's going to happen in that, but I'm just letting you know, you got two weird people trying to, two weird, like narcissistic personality disordered people trying to run one thing that ain't going to go well. Somebody going to step on somebody's toes. So just know that day is coming, and it's just getting weird. It's just getting real weird out here. And, I'm just, like I said, minding my black female business. I'm drinking water. I'm having coffee every now and again. And I'm keeping my head down. I'm working on something that's going to benefit me and my legacy and my kids for generations to come. It's going to help people. And that's it. That's all I can do. So, and I want y'all to do the same. All right. Even when he was in 2016, I didn't watch the news. I want to see them fight. I need to enjoy your day. Thank you so much, Red John Sanford. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you all for joining me. And as always, stay open to love.